All right, everybody. This is our final presentation of the day. I'm going to call this our keynote speaker because not only did she come up with this wonderful idea of this day, but she is going to talk to you about something that is absolutely key for your business. So we're going to call her our keynote speaker. And this is something that every agent I know is always asking about. We go on to social media, or we go to YouTube and we see videos that other agents put out. We go, how could we do that? What actually drives the needle here? Well, I'm going to tell you about our speaker, and she's going to tell you all about video. So we're talking about Kim Rittberg. Now, Kim is an award-winning creative executive producer in television and video, a digital marketing strategist, social media and video expert, an on-camera media coach with a proven track record and 500 million video views. 500 million video views. She blends 15 years of journalism with content marketing at top tier outlets, including Us Weekly, where she launched and ran their video unit, Netflix, Pop Sugar, People Magazine, and Fox News. She's worked with brands such as Bloomingdale's, Olay, sorry, so keep wanting to say Oil of Olay, which is one of their products, of course, Walgreens, Kia, Owls Brew, and It Gets Better, where her award-winning partnership has earned 6 awards and has been incorporated into educational content within the Los Angeles School District. She has been featured in Forbes, Fast Company, Business Insider, and is a frequent speaker, most recently as the Fast Company Innovation Festival, Podfest Expo, Berkshire Hathaway Home Service Convention, and Women's Real Estate Investment Summit. Kim is the founder and principal at Henry Street Media, which helps companies, individuals, and publishers of all sizes expand their brand and maximize revenue through unforgettable content and communication. At the peak of her corporate media career, when Kim found herself scrolling on iPhone and working during childbirth, she realized she needed to redefine success and launched her own business focusing on helping businesses grow through video and podcasts. She also launched the Exit Interview with Kim Rittberg, a top 1% podcast, which you absolutely need to subscribe to. We'll have a link to that and send that out as well. With no further ado, my friend and someone who gives to this show every single month, Kim Rittberg, welcome.
Hello, thank you for having me. First of all, everybody, I love real estate agents because it's like January 7th and you're ready to attack the year. So it's so great. If you want to put your cameras on, I love it. If you don't, no problem. I have a lot of stuff I'm going to ask you in the chat. So if you can chat with me in the chat throughout, that would be amazing. For any of you who are coming to Inman Connect in New York City at the end of the month in January, I'll be speaking there. And I'm also doing a keynote at Next Home in, I don't know, some other month, New Orleans in March. So, all right, I want to get right into it. I'm going to share my screen. All right, it's that awkward moment where I share my screen, slideshow mode, wrong mode, hold on, presenter mode. Here we go, and action. All right, take 2. We are talking about how to generate leads while you sleep, also known as 3 secrets to land clients through social media and video. And I think we chatted a little earlier about, where you're from, and I know what you all do for a living, but you're in the right place if you're a real estate agent and you have a commitment to growing your business online. I've been seeing you guys in the chat. I know everyone's really excited to attack 2025, but we're specifically going to focus on getting credibility, leads, and clients from social media and video. And I want to know, just before we start, who here has gotten leads from social? So if you could just write like, yes, leads, drop it in here. It helps me understand where you're at so I can really customize this conversation. Drop in the word leads if you've gotten leads from social media. And if you close them, bravo, then you're also very close. I've had a lot of agents leads, but minimal leads. Great. Awesome. Great. Awesome. Okay, great. And one thing I'm going to promise you today, this is not theoretical. I do guest lecture in college settings. This is not like a professorial situation. I'm giving you tangible tips that you can take with you. I have spent 15 years developing these. As DJ mentioned earlier, I worked at Netflix, Us Weekly, People Magazine, and TV. And now for the past several years, I've been working with a lot of real estate agents around the country, and I've combined that journalism and social media together. But I'm going to ask that you take action on the ideas that resonate. So if you're an action taker, I want you to type action in the chat. I do not want you guys to be, eating your pretzels, relaxing. And you're like, that's interesting because you're not going to make any money. You're not going to get any leads unless you take some action. So if you could drop the word action in the chat. Ooh, I got the 5 exclamation points. I like Jay. Jay's my new friend. Action, great. Trudy, Nicola. I'm sorry if I'm saying names wrong, but Nicolette, great. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And we only have a little time here together. If this resonates with you, we could chat. I'll show you where you can take next steps. But today's going to be different. I have taught thousands of agents in keynotes, at conferences, in one-on-one and group coaching. It's not theoretical. It's not fluff. It's from real people. And I want to know, first, I want to dig into the things that are blocking you right now from using video to make money. So which one of these sounds like you? If you're hiding from the camera like this little baby, I want you to write, I'm not making fun of you that you're a baby, but that baby's cute. If you're hiding from the camera, can you write the word hiding in the chat? Write hiding if you're hiding, okay? Okay, cool. And this is not to shame anyone. This is just to get like a status check of where people are at. Great. Awesome. A couple more people. If everyone else is not hiding, that's awesome. But I don't know if that's true. I'm going to find you on social media after and see if you're lying. And if you're showing up on social media, but it's kind of spaghetti on the wall, like you're putting stuff, you're out there, but you're like, I have no plan, write the word spaghetti. Spaghetti, DJ. Well, I'm working with DJ, right? DJ and I are buds now because I'm a monthly guest on the show. We're going to unspaghetti you, DJ. Patrick, Laura, great. Hiding. Someone said peeking. I like that. Kind of lurking, hiding, maybe. All right, great. And you know what? If you feel confident, you feel confident, you're like, I got this all covered. I want you to write cool cat. Cool cat. Tipping your toe, great. Tipping your toe, cool. Hiding while you're eating spaghetti, awesome. Like what type? Farfalle, caviatelli? What do you eat? What's your food? Spaghetti, lasagna. Oh, I love lasagna. Okay. But when you post crickets, nothing happens. Tell me if that sounds like you. You're one of those things. Make sure to drop in if you're hiding, if you're spaghetti, or if you're a cool cat. Very few people write cool cat. And this is what we will learn right now, how to bring in leads, clients, and then turn that into revenue. If this is you, your current state is probably you're not showing up confidently on camera. Maybe you're showing up a little bit, but not really confidently. Perhaps you don't have a proper strategy in place and you're not seeing leads or clients from social media. So that's one of the things I like to ask in the beginning, because it's not that agents aren't on social, but if it's not bringing in leads or clients, that's what we need to tweak, right? And maybe you're spending time on social media with no results. So drop a yes in the chat as I go through these. Which are your specific goals? Okay, so say yes now if you're looking to bring in leads through social media. Yep, leads. Yes to leads. Okay, great. If you're looking to be confident on camera, which by the way is not always the same thing. People think it's the same. It's a different thing. Are you looking to be confident on camera? Confident, leads, confident. Okay. And I want you to stop leaving money on the table because I'm going to show you how to convert your content into cash and turn this little phone, my little screensaver, into an ATM. Okay. And we're going to use your time on social media to expand your sphere of influence. Okay, great. We see leads. And can you write confident if some of you are looking to get more confident on camera, if that's part of the goals, which is different than just leads. They are tied together, but they are specific and different. Okay. Cool. And thank you guys for being on camera. I see you. I love seeing faces. Let's stop wasting the time on social. I know one of you said peeking. When you're lurking on social media, so video can be very lucrative. You can get leads, you can get clients, but obviously it takes some time to learn how to do that. But you have to stop wasting the time if you're on a coffee break and you're just scrolling and you're just commenting or maybe looking at people's posts. That can be time that can be spent as a money-making activity. Okay. Why should you listen to me? I know DJ read my really nice bio, but I want to explain a little bit why I care and why I do this and why I'm not on the red carpet and I'm here with you. Just kidding. This is me. I worked in media for 15 years. I covered both hard news and entertainment news. I covered the Oscars. That's me on the left, pregnant at the Oscars. I will probably use that image until I'm like 95 years old and be like, Granny was cool one day, I promise. And then that's me at Netflix. I also worked in TV news. I covered inaugurations and like very serious, heavy stories, but also very fun, light stories. I love telling stories. And I love helping people be awesome on camera. I would meet people who've never been on camera, and all of a sudden they have to be on TV, and I would train them to be on camera. It was awesome. On the right side, that is me. And I had a baby. And as I had the baby, I was actually working because of an acquisition of our media company. And while I loved my job, I was like, oh, wait, I don't want to do this. I don't want to, this is not the life I want where like I can't have literally 2 days to myself to give birth. And it just made me realize I wanted to work for myself. Then I got on the path of, well, how do I do that? How do I grow a business with the skills I have that's my own, right? That gives me the freedom and the flexibility. I very quickly realized that I was hiding from the camera. So I started my business. I'm like, yeah, I got this. I know video. I can write. I can train people to be good on camera. But I wasn't showing up and I didn't have a strategy. So, how can anyone see me or hire me if I'm hiding from the camera? Right. Eventually, I broke through these challenges. Spoiler alert, I'm here. I did stop hiding from the camera, but at first, I really wasn't investing in myself or my business. And I quickly realized that hiding from the camera meant hiding from clients. And I want you guys to realize that. I think it's a really big shift to remember that if you're hiding from the camera, you're hiding from clients. So once I started showing up on camera and I started utilizing my special process that I have for my video bootcamp program and actually applying my lessons to myself, the things that I now teach people, and I invested in myself. I had a business coach, I had a speaking coach. I spent tens of thousands of dollars on professional development, significant investment in my business. I'm so happy. It more than paid off. I've made multiples of my investment. I know there were coaches here, and DJ was saying the same. It's like the importance of investing in your business. Like you cannot grow without that. And then this is what my life looks like now. I am speaking on national stages. I have clients that I love. I've been featured in the press. I have a top podcast. I won 6 awards, which I obnoxiously have over my shoulder in my Zooms. But more specifically, I'm doing it so that I have that freedom and the flexibility, and it's fun. And I'm getting to help people, right? So I'm getting to help other people create the life that they want, that they deserve. And to me, like that is what it is about, right? Like that's me. I was at the Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Convention and to a room of hundreds of agents and teaching them how to harness these skills. So like that's what I did for myself and now I get to do it for others. And I'm living the business and the life that I want. And everyone has their own why. Like everybody has their own reason why they're a real estate agent. For me, it was absolutely to have freedom and flexibility of my time while still using the decades of experience I had from TV. Um, and it never, ever would have happened without video and social media. I never, ever would be a keynote speaker at any of these things had I not started showing up. And I would never have this group coaching program. So I just like to sort of be honest, like the big revelation from my journey is that with video, I can live the life I wanted and I can have the business that I want. And that is my daughter running into my arms, getting picked up from school. And for me, that is my why. Once you master video, it is the fastest way to grow your leads, to grow your income, and then you can have the business you want. Okay. I want to ask you type yes if that is something that you're looking for because I think agents, especially for my personal experience of like launching my business, it is scary, it is hard. Type yes if you are looking to change your life. Awesome, Lorenzo, great. Nicola, DJ, yes, great, awesome. Awesome. And that honestly is why I love agents. I feel like everyone, the agents that I know, the agents that I work with have that fire and that hustle that I have. And so I love it. It's fun. Okay. Content can convert into cash. We just talked about this, but mastering video is the fastest way to grow your leads. It was true in 2021. It was true in 2023. It's true in 2025 more than ever. You can grow your leads and grow your income to have that life that you want. Okay. These are the blocks that I see for my agents that are holding you back. Type in the word silly if that's something that has been a blocker for you. You're worried you're going to be silly, look silly. and type in tools if you feel like you don't have the tools, you don't know what to do. You're like, I just don't even know what to film with, how to film. And if you feel like it's too time consuming, write in the word time. Awesome. I'm seeing tools. I'm seeing tools. I know people didn't write silly, but I know people do feel silly. So I'm gonna, if you're worried you're gonna feel silly is one of the reasons you haven't been on camera, drop that in the chat. I'll give you a sec. Silly. Okay. If nobody writes silly, I'm like, people are sleeping. I know that's one of the blockers. Cool. And then we're going to bust those myths. And this is something I'm really excited to teach you in the webinar. Again, I want you to commit yourself to taking something from this session today and using it, whether it's today or this week. So again, I really want you to be that action taker we talked about in the beginning. So the truth about video is that there's a way to apply your in-person skills to on-camera confidence. So there's a two-step process. It's a mindset shift and tool set, right? So you just need the tools after you have the mindset shift. So now I'm going to go through the mindset shifts. This is a big, big, big change that I have seen for my agents. For those people who are worried about looking silly or being not photogenic, I don't know why I only have one person saying silly, but if anyone else is feeling self-conscious on camera, write the word silly or self-conscious. I do see that being a major blocker, but maybe not for this crew. Maybe we have very confident on camera people. If you're worried you don't feel confident on camera or feel self-conscious, if you could just write in silly or self-conscious. A major shift, especially for agents, is remember, you are teaching and helping people with a huge investment, right? They might be giving you their most valuable investment. So instead of thinking about, oh, like someone's looking at my face, my mole, my shirt, my hair, my lipstick, whatever, really think about the fact you are teaching them and educating them on how to be a savvy investor, a savvy purchaser, a savvy seller. You are their partner. So I feel like this is a huge shift, is that people are not judging us, right? They're busy thinking about their grocery shopping. They're thinking about what they're eating for dinner. They don't care about you in the best way possible, meaning they're not judging you. They're not even thinking about you. So focus on your message and you'll be less self-conscious. I have a phrase I use. I don't know why it's not in this deck, but shift out of supermodel mode where we're thinking about everyone looking at us and how we're posing, how we look and how we sound, and shift into teacher mode. You're teaching people, you're helping people, right? A teacher's not worried about their lipstick or the shirt they're wearing or their voice. They're just teaching, right? So you have to focus on the message more than anything else. I had a real estate agent named Martha, and she was literally one of the most camera shy people I met ever. And I really pushed her. I finally got her to get out of her comfort zone and to get on camera. And she texted me, "Oh my God, Kim, you'll never guess what happened." And I'm like, "What happened?" She write, "I posted this video of me reacting to the market, and someone wrote back, 'That's an interesting point.' They didn't laugh at me." I was like, "Martha, like, no one's making fun of us. No one's like sitting there waiting to judge us when we show up on camera, right? They're there for your information. They value your opinion, but you do have to break through that, oh, everyone's judging me, to get there." Okay. So for people who don't know what to make, once you have a system, you will have ideas flowing. Of course, it's hard to make something on the spot, right? My daughter is 9 years old, working on writing in school, and she feels blocked. It's like, yeah, everyone feels blocked. If you told me right now to write a creative writing story, it would be very hard for me because I don't have a list, I don't have a prompt, I don't have any ideas. But again, once you have a system in place, there's a way to do that. It's about organizing the things that are already in your head. They might not be in your head at this moment, but they're in your head last month or this year. Cool. I get a lot of this, the analysis paralysis. Um, a lot of people, I find they maybe have ideas, but they're like stuck and they're not getting through it, right? So video is not complicated. If you have a system and a strategy, it's like a lot of other things. With a system and a strategy, you can do it. And it can be simple once you have those tools. Okay. You can do video. Video isn't complicated. You will not be cringy. There's a system and a strategy. This is a proven system and it makes it easy to succeed. Okay. So again, we're talking about the mindset shift and then the skill set shift. Okay. Cool. All right. I'm going to help you refine your strategy by figuring out where you are. Okay. I'm going to help you know where you are on the journey, and then we can help figure out where we're going. All right. This is the Video Boss Matrix. Okay. This is my Kim Rittberg's Video Boss Matrix. All right. Let me know that you can see this big enough. Can you see it? You're good to see it? You can see it. Thumbs up. Cool. All right. I'm going to tell you, each and every one of you, exactly what each quadrant means. And then I want you to drop in here where you're at. Okay. So bottom left hand. So the bottom axis is your strategy, going from low to high. By the way, my math teacher in high school would be very proud that I made this. And then my y-axis, I'm even using the right words, guys. What's up? Y-axis is confidence. Okay, low to high. We're going to figure out where you are in this. So in the bottom left corner, low confidence. You're hiding, you don't feel good either on camera or just putting yourself out there, period. Okay. Low confidence, low strategy. You don't know what to make. You don't feel great on camera. You don't want to post. You also don't really know what to post. So that's novice. Okay. So for anyone who has, I'm just going to write in here, novice is low confidence, low strategy. Okay. Drop in novice as we go along if that's you. Now going to the right is high strategy, low confidence. I have some agents that come to me. I love them. They have so many ideas, but very little content. And that means you have ideas and you have thought it out and there's a plan, but you really just can't break through those barriers to put it out into the world. Okay. The top left, oh, bravo for Jay for admitting that he's coming off as a phony. I'll explain what a phony is. Phony is when you have high confidence, you feel good. You're not camera shy. You feel good about who you are and posting online, but you don't have a strategy. And we all know people like that, right? Where we see them and they look good and they look confident, but you go to their page and you're like, I don't really know what they're about, right? And maybe you in this side feel like, I do feel good about being on camera. I'm not camera shy, but I just do not have a strategy in place. So that's what we're talking about is phony. Okay. Hider is, hider. I forgot to do that. High strategy, low confidence. And then we're looking at phony, right? High confidence, low strategy. Okay. And then the final one, great. Thanks guys for dropping these in. Okay. Beth, Nicola. I'm sorry if I'm saying your names wrong. Nicolette, novice by the day. Depends on the day. Hider, phony, great. Nicolette, Lorenzo, Myra, DJ, Jay, great. Awesome. Novice, awesome. Now, where we want to go, Coca-Cola, Nicola. Great, Nicola. I think I said that. Cool. Awesome. Video boss is where we want to go. Where we want to go is high strategy and high confidence. That's where we want to live. You can't succeed without both of those things. You need confidence in your message and in being on camera, and you need strategy. And that's really where it comes in. So the goal of our work, this session, if we want to connect and keep working with me, we'll do that, is to get you to Video Boss because that's where the money comes in. And today I'm going to talk to you about the 4 E's about how to be a video boss. Okay. Content can convert to cash. So when you have the strategy and the confidence, that's when it converts to cash. All right. The first E, these are the 4 E's. I'm going to show that pretty graphic. Okay. 4 E's to become a video boss. The first E is engage. Drop in the chat if you feel like when you're online, are you engaging, right? When you're on social media, are you connecting with people? Are you bringing them into your orbit? So social media, it can convert to cash, right? Content converts to cash. You have to convert followers into leads, right? You have to convert anyone who's on your social into leads and clients. You have to think about it being a part of your business. Video is a modern networking tool. It's like if you walked into a coffee shop and someone said, here's Jay. He's the most brilliant agent in the entire country. Meet him. And if it's 5 people or 10 people, you'd be like, amazing. That is fantastic, right? So A, treat every single contact like a real person. But B, you get to do that without actually leaving your house, right? In your sweatpants, you can connect with 5 people, 10 people, 20 people, 100 people. So really, you have to think of it as a networking tool. right? The biggest thing that you have to remember, you know about the sphere of influence. You are agents, you are successful, you know what you're doing, you're committed to growing your business. Old people, not old people, sorry, people you've known from your past, new people. Maybe you met someone at a party during Christmas. Maybe you met them at a party 10 years ago. Reconnect with those people. That's the sphere of influence, right? I'm going to give you an example of how this is in actuality. Brianne, she is a real estate agent in Florida. She took my video boot camp class. She was horribly camera shy, but she wanted to eventually start her own brokerage. We started getting her on camera. And I would say she's not even that consistent. She's like, I'm not even that consistently on camera. She made $60,000 in commissions just this past year. Actually, that was in the fall. So like 6 months of this year, $60,000 in commissions specifically from social, specifically from video, separate from the other stuff. She started showing up on camera. Two people she met years ago reached out, sent her referrals, and that created a snowball effect. So she got these new clients. Those new clients brought new clients. And it also secondarily helped her hire two new agents for her brokerage. So again, we're talking about engaging. She's showing up on camera. She's connecting with people and turning those connections into money. Okay. All right. The second E is expertise. So it is crucial that when you're showing up online, people see you as the expert. So I like to take my students on a process. It's in video bootcamp. I teach my students, it's not just about going on video and spouting a fact. Anyone has Google, everyone has AI. It's not just you reading off a fact about real estate. It's a special process of merging your knowledge and your point of view and your personality. So I teach you step by step how to do this. In media, to me, it's like second nature. To other people, it seems very complicated. It's not. It's showing up with your perspective, with your expertise, but not like a robot, right? The AI robots, they're already coming for us. We have to be more human. We have to be more connected, especially now. So again, I have scripts and downloads that you can copy and use. When we talk about highlighting your expertise, you have to tap in and really understand what is your expertise, right? What is your superpower? And then your hobbies and your personal interests, how can we tie those in so that, again, you're not a robot, you're all 360-degree real people. And you'll notice that on social media, people connect with you because you're real. If you ever share a story about your kids or your dogs or your vacation, people want to know. So again, we're sharing our expertise. I'm going to show you this as an example. So this is it in practice. So Randy Baru is a top 1% agent in New York City. He has 300,000 followers on TikTok. He came to me and said, Kim, I have a big following. I'm a real estate influencer, but I'm not sure if they're converting. So just like all of you, we are all business owners. This is not a hobby, right? We don't want to be on social media as a hobby. It's not fun. And I mean, it's fun, but it's not that fun. You want to convert, right? So we went through a process at which I really said to him, I think your videos are amazing. The quality is beautiful, but I don't want people to just see you as like the hand opening a door or like the guy who dances. I want them to see you as this expert, which he is. And so we worked on that. So we really focused it on an expert-based strategy within a larger strategy of his for him and his team. And he landed $1 million home referral directly from a YouTube video series we did. So again, it's not enough to just be showing up online, but really with that focused strategy of being that expert and having people see you as the person they're going to trust with the biggest investment of their life. Cool. I want you guys, I think the answer is most of you, but can you write in the word coach if you've worked with coaches before? I have personally worked with coaches and I felt like it was super helpful. And how did it go? Did you work with a coach before? Have you found it useful? I personally worked with a business coach. She completely revamped my business. It was life-changing and I still love her and praise her to everyone who will listen. I also work with a speaking coach sometimes for my keynote speeches. And I did a course to launch my group coaching. Cool. Awesome. A lot of people like mediocre, very useful, ranging. Okay. Very helpful. Cool. 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 Great. Awesome. Okay. What would it mean to you to actually make content that converts into cash, right? Like how would it impact your life so that when you're in a coffee shop and you're just like killing time on your phone, being able to get clients from video, from social media, like what would it mean to you? For me, it literally meant never having to work in the hospital. So that's what it meant for me. Like, what would it mean to you? Is it flexibility? Is it freedom? Is it early retirement? Like, what does it mean for you? Yes, versus cold calls. Oh, amen to that. Not having to cold call as much. Amazing. Amazing. Yep. I want you to think about what it would mean to you. Okay. I want you to drop in the chat what it would mean to you. What is the point of getting clients, getting leads, getting referrals through social media? Like, what's the point of this, right? Our larger goal. Exactly. Solve all the world's problems. Peace in the world. I'm just gonna write peace, just kidding. But growth. For me, it's freedom and flexibility and freedom. Okay. Conversion to commission. I love that. Awesome. Great. The next E I'm going to talk about is emote. So, sorry, emote. The important thing is you have to bring your whole self. And especially for agents where it's very competitive, you do have to bring other parts of yourself. You have that expert part, but you also are a real person, right? Maybe you're a parent, a dog owner, a skier, a former teacher, a veteran, whatever your thing is that makes you different from someone else is really bringing those parts of you to online. You have to show up. Showing up on camera and owning who you are is super important. I want to show you actually an example. So Jessica is a mom, and she is a real estate agent based in Houston, and she was struggling with confidence. She rated herself a 2 out of 10 for on-camera confidence. And so we worked on getting her more confident. Another thing she really wasn't sure. She says, I have 2 little kids. I'm not sure if I should be bringing that into my content. I've kind of avoided it. I don't know. So we really worked on for her bringing more of her real self and tying in the expertise and the emotional element. And then she has gained this year. I mean, we started working together in 2023 or 2022. She's closed $5 million in sales this year from video, which is bonkers. So what originally happened was like a year ago, she got one client from Instagram and they said, I've been following you for a while. We met at a party 5 years ago and I've been watching you on social media. I've just been following you and I really felt like I trust you and you're knowledgeable. I want to work with you. And she switched from one agent to Jessica. That happened 3 more times in a row. And in this year, she's gotten $5 million in sales specifically from video, from social media. So again, we're talking about those E's, right? We have emote, we have the engage, expertise, emote. I'm going to write that. Sorry. I'm going to write it all in, right? Engage, expertise, emote. Those are the E's that are going to take you into that video boss, right? Is connecting the expertise and the emotion and wrapping those together. And again, you have to also think about time is money. So every time you're on your phone and you're not turning it into a money-making activity, I love that, MMA, is a waste of your time. It's actually costing you money, right? So it's costing you money to not level up. I'm sure you've seen agents in your industry, in your town that you're like, oh, they're really all over social media. They're really doing it. Like I want to do it. So you have to think about what it's costing you to not level up, right? In 2024. Entertain. Okay, I cannot stress enough. I look out there and there's so much sales on social media. Just listed, just sold, how you can work with me. But that's not why people follow you. And people are not going to reward you with a follow or a lead if all you're doing is selling all the time. So if you're posting something and you're like, I'm posting this just because I have to, we have to shift that mindset. Yeah, some of your content can be that because it does show that you have work and you have business, but it has to be a small portion, right? Much more of your content has to be entertaining. So we're going to shift that mindset instead of selling, entertaining, a little selling. Okay. And it doesn't mean dancing. It doesn't mean TikTok dances. It means content people want to see, right? Just listen and just sold is not going to get you to the next level. That works to sell maybe that house, maybe, but it doesn't work to sell you, right? Cool. I'll tell you about Judy. So Judy is an agent based in New York City. She's about 3 years into her career, so she's a relatively new agent. She wanted to craft a video strategy and bring in leads, referrals, and sales. She loves journalism, so she was like gung ho to get on video. And we crafted a strategy that's informative and entertaining. And she just closed 2 deals. And again, we're talking about reigniting contacts from a while ago. So this is people she hasn't seen in 10 years. And that's from the social media work. So she had people talking to her from like NYU from her college days. And that turned into a sale. So again, it's not just new people, but it's reigniting old leads. Okay. So yes, entertaining and selling 80-20, Beth. That's perfect. I think 80-20 is a really good rule. And it can adjust, if you're really in the middle of like you have 5 homes at the same time, you can adjust that, but it cannot be selling all the time. No one's going to follow you consistently. They don't want to just see that, right? Drop in the chat if you have a strategy right now. Question, yes or no. Do you have a strategy laid out? Right? No, no, no. Okay, I see a lot of no's. Okay, cool. Well, you're in the right place, right? Cool. Drop in the chat what has been most valuable to you right now. We're gonna wrap it up. I know, DJ, I know we're nearing the end, so I'll wrapping it up in another couple of minutes. What has been the most valuable so far? If you could just drop in the chat, what has been the most valuable takeaway? Awesome. Okay. I'm just going to look at the chat. And then the next question is, if you want to have the results that you just saw, right? Brianne's $60,000 in commissions, Jessica's $5 million in sales. If you're an agent and you want that, and you like my energy and I'm resonating with you, how do you get to that future you, right? How can you become the agent who's getting leads in their sleep? You can do the same thing you've been doing, which is trial and error. It's very slow, or you could have a faster system, a proven system. It's not for everyone, but I do have this program called Video Bootcamp. And it's definitely pushes agents outside their comfort zone. But every single person that I've showed you today who's making like millions of dollars in sales came through Video Bootcamp. And it's a not a heavy investment. It is a must. Like it is everyone comes to me, I'm like, I won't even private client with someone until they do Video Bootcamp because you learn so much. It's a live small group coaching program. And so if you're ready to step out of your comfort zone and really, really say, I want to do this, it's all the work that I've done in TV and social media at Netflix, Us Weekly, and combining it. And now I've run thousands of agents through my different trainings. It's a complete system, and you implement it, you see results. And I'm just going to drop you a link. And if this resonates with you, we can hop on a call. I could just drop a link in here because I don't want to keep us too long. But it really basically takes you from feeling overwhelmed to feeling confident and in control. And you'll learn how to engage and convert clients online through amazing content. And basically, I do all the work and you copy and paste. It's a live coaching program, but then I give you different templates and tools. It's a plug and play program. I teach you how to show up on camera and how to make great content. So that's a little bit of the back end, a little sneaking on the back end. Cool. And then only for keeping it real, people, because I love DJ and Xana. They are the absolute best. Anyone who's on this call, if you schedule a call with me by Friday and you sign up, if you schedule your call by Friday, you will get a bonus, a private video strategy roadmap valued at $750 just for keeping it real, people. So you can connect with me on Calendly, or you can Instagram. I'll pull up my Instagram and I'll drop that handle in there, and we can connect. But I'm so passionate about this because it has literally changed my life, and it has changed the lives of so many other agents. And I know it's a very effective program. So anyway, if that is of interest to you, I'm dropping in my Instagram and my calendar. And so if you want to connect with me, any call scheduled by Friday will get that $750 value private session. Again, I only run Video Bootcamp twice a year. So then this next one starts early February. So on-camera confidence, strategy and implementation, video training on how to make amazing videos just with your iPhone, nothing more needed. And awesome. Okay, I'm going to turn this off and Q&A.
All right, first of all, let's give it up for Kim. That was an amazing, amazing presentation. I want you guys to think about what questions do you have and put those in the chat. Kim will get those answered. Kim, I've got one. So I see a lot of videos from realtors that do look super glamorous and everything looks perfect. They're typically professionally shot. They just are so far beyond what I could do with my phone, for example. Could you talk a little bit about what would you say to somebody who goes, well, I can't do that?
So one thing I do in Video Bootcamp I think is really, really important is to teach you how to be a better consumer of content. So we all see those people. I think you and I have talked about those people. And I'll be honest, Randy, one of the agents that I said has 300,000 followers, He had a fully, like, he's one of those people who
Yeah.
most of his content's really fancy and beautiful. So, number one, anyone can get leads and clients online, whether you're using your iPhone or a full setup. So I think it's really important. Brienne, my client Brienne, who has locked in 60K in just commissions, not sales, commissions, just in like a 6 month span of this year, only uses her iPhone, barely shows up on camera. But when she does, she knows what she's talking about. She follows up with me. And so it's again, it's about what you're saying and the strategy way before the tools. I actually, no offense to anybody, I hate when someone calls me and we get on a call, they're like, what should I buy? I'm like, you shouldn't buy anything. You should not buy anything. First, we figure out who you are, what makes you special and awesome, what we're going to talk about. Then we figure out, do we do it for free with the iPhone, free tool that can make you millions of dollars in sales? Or do we set up a crew to film you in your town? But don't even think about hiring a crew until you have a strategy, because that's a waste of money and a waste of time. So I think that it's just very, very important to separate that you need the strategy and the confidence way before you figure out if you're going to hire a crew or just use your iPhone. And by the way, I'm dropping in a free download I have here, 5 videos you should make as an agent. Again, with your iPhone or with the crew, it doesn't really matter. So I'll tell you something. I literally have 6 awards from all my content. I worked at Netflix. I was like, ew, am I really gonna like make iPhone videos on social media? Everyone, like my media executive friends are gonna think I'm so like, ugh, 95% of my content is on my iPhone. 95. I want to say like I made more money last year than I made in Netflix with my iPhone. So
So Demos asks, which sells better, a highly produced
okay.
polished video or one with a selfie stick that comes across authentic?
I absolutely love that question. I think, well, number one, it doesn't matter. Honestly, it's your budget that decides what you should make. I think there is value in that about me video where you just sit down and you're like, here's who I am, here's where I came from. I honestly think that like it really just depends on your strategy and your budget. Like, awesome, great, Beth, awesome. Again, now don't forget, book in your calls, no pressure. We'll chat with you. If Video Bootcamp's right for you, I won't make you take it. I won't pressure you, but book your call now and you'll get that $750 roadmap bonus if you schedule your call by the end of this week. Schedule it now for anytime this week or next week. My calendar's a little crazy, but I know you're booking it. I really, really, and I'm not just saying this because I teach people how to use their iPhone. I also do really high-end shoots for hundreds of thousands of dollars for companies. I just don't think you need that. But I do think it's important to have a strategy of who am I? And that's the first thing we do in Video Bootcamp. We sit down and we say, who am I? Who am I talking to? Who am I selling to? What do I do on the weekends? So again, we really understand ourselves. And then we say, how much money do I have for this quarter, for this year? Where do I want to put it? So I think, and I'm not trying to like dodge your question, Demos, but I think it's a really great question. But I think it's not a like, if you tell me how much money do you have set aside for marketing this year, then I'll tell you. And like we'll sit down and say, who is Demos? What are we going to talk about? What's our strategy? And then I have clients that I call them and I say to them, we need to do the fancy shoot. It's time. I have other clients, I'm like, let's go on iPhone for a while. Like, I don't think we need that right now. Like, your money is your money. I don't tell you how to spend your money. So I think it's really important to understand there's a time and a place for both. The one thing about doing a sit down shoot where you get a lot of content, I think the important thing is it is efficient to get a lot of content out of it. But again, you need to start with the strategy. So I tell everyone in Video Bootcamp, you are the chief marketing officer of yourself. Pat, Grace, Patrick, Jay, Demos, Nicola, Crash, everybody. You're your own chief marketing officer, Beth. So I can help you decide where you want to invest your money. But again, we need to build your brand first because also forget about social media. That brand goes everywhere. So I remember our first guest, Nick, maybe our first guest, Nick, was talking about the
Greg.
five. I'm sorry.
Greg.
Greg, I'm sorry. There's so much happening. Yes, Greg. He was talking about the 5 minute presentation. When you know your brand and you know who you are and what you talk about, that helps you everywhere. So again, it's the strategy for your whole brand, for all of the things. and it goes in video, and it goes on social media, and it goes in your presentation. So again, I like to think holistically before I say spend your money here, spend your money there. Really step back and say, like, what are we doing for 2025? 2025, yeah. That's we just switched, right?
And
Um,
one of the benefits, Kim, I wanted to get your thoughts
yeah.
about doing a consistent video strategy is that when it does come time to try to win business, the consumer or the future client thinks they know you a lot better because they have been following your content for a certain amount of time, and it becomes easier. There's almost a connection there that's built. It's a one-way connection. They don't really think of it as one way because you're sharing with them parts of your life or parts of your business, and they're like, I want to work with that person versus trying to convince somebody you should work with me.
I was a guest on a video. It was like a video podcast interview, but again, social media video. I landed 4 clients from an interview, like a video interview on social media. People hopped in my inbox. Hey, Kim, I heard you on Heather's podcast. I knew I needed to work with you. Can we hop on a call? I was like, yeah. So again, to DJ's point, it's not just about like, oh, show up, show up, show up, but truly you are priming, forget about cold calls. You are priming people to know you. And again, if they are not a match, that's awesome. Then you don't even have to waste a cold call with them. So your DJ, you had such an amazing point, priming people to know who you are and what you're about. I actually love it because now I'm all over the place. If you Google me, I got booked for a keynote speech for real estate in March. She goes, I heard you at this thing, or I saw you at Inman, and then I looked on your site, and there was so much content. I knew I wanted to work with you. She didn't even interview me. She's like, what's your fee? I want to book you. Like it wasn't even. And so the more you put of yourself online, the more you actually don't have to convince people. They already know you. They're like, oh, that Jay, he seems really knowledgeable. Beth, she seems like really trustworthy. I really trust her. I cannot tell you that happens for my agents all the time. Like Brienne was like, I can't believe I showed up for the first time and I got an inquiry like right then. And like it's pretty amazing that once you start showing up, you start seeing that. There are other agents. So David is another agent from New York. We worked together. He just switched to Serhant now. And we worked together. And he said, I got a message from a guy I worked with 5 years ago. Was like, hey, David, I'm really liking your Instagram content. You want to have lunch? That guy brought him in on a new development project in Brooklyn, New York, which you can only imagine is an insanely big project, millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars of apartments. So again, they're watching you. David hadn't thought of this guy in a long time. So you're putting yourself at the top. And again, you think everyone else is doing video. They're not. They're not. Your main competitors in your area, they're not. If you start showing up even a little bit more, you're a competitive advantage.
Yeah, most agents, if they're doing video, are just doing home tours or, look at this place that it's there's not much actual educational content.
And I love that you mentioned home tours, DJ. You know that I'm like, and I love my agents. That's why I'm so harsh about it. Just listed, just sold, not enough. Home tours, not enough. I get it. It helps the seller. They love you because you did a home tour. Maybe you'll sell the home through it. Maybe. I love it. Fine, do it. That's not what you need me for because you're selling that home, but you're not selling yourself, right? No one's falling in love with Jay because of that home tour. No one's falling in love with Beth because she posted some photo of just sold. It is good. It shows you're having business. Great. It's fine. It's like the bare minimum, right? It's the bare minimum. If you want to increase your revenue, I mean, you want to get more buyers, get more sellers, you have to show up consistently. And so again, it's building the confidence and building the strategy. And those are really like the two keys. And again, if you're feeling icky and you don't have the mindset, I'll work with you on that. I didn't realize it until I coached that like mindset again is like 70% of this is attitude. We'll get you there. We'll get you there with that mindset of teaching instead of selling, entertaining instead of selling. You can do it. I feel like because I work for myself, I feel like we all have the same mindset. Like I have to tell myself every quarter, like at every January 1, I'm like, oh my God, I have no business. Every agent's like, oh my God, January 1, new year, I'm at zero. Like, I'm a business owner too. I get it. I get it. It's the ups and downs. Like, we all have imposter syndrome. We all question ourselves, but we have to say, I can do this. I got this. I believe in it. And then it becomes a flywheel of, your work. It feeds on itself. You start seeing positive responses. You start getting leads. You build it more, and then it happens. Again, like Judy from New York, Brienne from Florida, Jessica from Houston. I'm trying to think who else I showed you earlier. Randy from New York. I mean, Tiffany An agent I worked with, she's in Atlanta. I met her at a Berkshire Hathaway keynote. She's like, I need to do this. I need to do this. I hopped on the phone. I'm like, Tiffany, it's your time. We're doing this. And then she's like, oh, I don't want to. Okay, I will. She took video boot camp. She posted a video and she got 3 calls from her first video. Like that's bananas. Like that's a bananas example, but it does happen. When you really think about it, people are following you because they like you. They already like you. People aren't on your page because they hate you. We're not that famous. Um, so I think it's just important to remember that you are here. Most competitors are not doing video at all. And again, they're doing home tours, if anything. If you start showing up a little bit, you're already beating them. If you start showing up a little bit with some strategy and then a little bit more, you're already beating your competitors. And again, to DJ's point, you're letting people see what's so special about you. You hop on the phone with them, they're like, "Oh, Beth, that's so good I feel like I know you," and it's just a really, really good way to get ahead of that. Okay, more questions. I love that. These are great questions. Okay. I'm looking in the chat. Looking in the chat, drop another question. I'm looking in the chat too. And again, like I think it's really important to realize. I think most people here were saying they don't have a strategy. It's just a process. It's just a thing like anything else, right? Like this is what I do day in and day out. You don't have a strategy. Well, I don't know how to sell homes. So it's like that's why you hire a coach, right? That's why people hire an agent. You're an expert in your field. I'm an expert in mine. So don't be, realize that with a strategy and with confidence, you can turn your phone into a cash machine. And I think it's really important to understand that shift, that once you start understanding that it is possible and having the motivation to do it, that's how you do it. Do I have to have listings to create content? 100% no. Beth, I've had people in their first year come through video boot camp. I had an agent in Hawaii that he had a really cool background and also he's in Hawaii, which is beautiful. But I think what's really important is, did you pivot? Beth, do you want to write in here? Did you pivoted from a different career? Like, if you're a newer agent, then you talk about your pivot and you talk about what you talk about your opinion. Yeah, cool. There's so many ways to create content. I've literally been creating content for 17 years. There's a way to come up with content for everything. You don't have to have my agent Judy has only been in for a couple of years, but we have a lot of really amazing content. And she locked in her 3rd deal of this year. So it's not like wasn't bursting at the seams. So no, that's definitely not a must.
And for content ideas, if you don't have listings to promote, which again, we're not that big of fans of doing that anyway, even if you did have lots of listings, making videos, fine. But creating educational content, you can think about, what do people need to know before they move into a particular area, right? There's a million things there. Talk about the school districts, talk about the restaurants,
Yeah.
the grocery stores. All of that is great content.
And one thing I'm dropping in the chat again, I have a free download about 5 videos you should make. DJ, thank you for bringing it up. One of the things I recommend is questions people ask you is great content. Just start writing down, like today, right? I'm telling you to take an action. So today your action can be write down 3 questions you get asked, okay? And then record it on camera. Post it if you want. Post it and tag me if you want to. I always challenge people on keeping it real to do that. Answer a question that people are asking you. And then that's my challenge. Write down 3 questions you get asked, answer it to camera. That's an amazing video. You don't need anything for that. Another good thing is, why did you get into real estate? Right? Your why. Honestly, another one is like something about a hobby you have. I promise you, a lot of times, especially when people are consuming all of your professional expert content, they just want that emote. Again, those E's, the expert, emote, engage, right? I'm an expert, emote, engage, and entertain. You can entertain and you can emote. You can tell people this is what I did over Christmas. This is what I do with my family on the weekends. Part of your job as an agent is to be the expert of your neighborhood, right? So you don't need to have any listings. DJ, thank you for raising this. You don't need to have any listings to say, hey, this amazing new actually, this is real. This amazing new Italian place opened up. We've been waiting for it to open up for 2 years. I went, we had dinner there on Sunday. It was so great. You don't need listings to do that, but it does help your business because people see you as the neighborhood expert. Also helps your business because people see you as a human, a real human, with a personality.
And you could go to that business owner and say, hey, is it okay if I make a video about your brand new business? They will say yes. And then you say, can I tag you in it? They will say yes. And then guess what? They might share it with their audience as well. This is my
100%.
favorite clothing shop. This is my favorite restaurant. This is my favorite coffee shop. And I just wanted to support this local business and I think they're great. And maybe interview the owner for 30 seconds. Ask them why they started the coffee shop.
100%. And again, like those people have big followings, right? If they're the pizza place in your town, they probably have thousands of followers. So then people will see you. So again, when you're showing up, you say, "Hey, I'm Kim. I'm a real estate agent based in Brooklyn, New York." I'm not really, obviously. "Hey, I'm Kim. I'm a video coach based in a real estate video coach based in Brooklyn, New York. I'm visiting Spumoni Gardens." Anyway, we'll get you there. I know a lot of you are camera shy. That's why we're talking, right? So I will make you do that in video boot camp. And I dropped the call link in here. Again, just to reiterate, video boot camp. I only run it twice a year. It's a small group live coaching program for agents. And so the next one is February. So I'm calling and offering the Keeping It Real special bonus. So if you schedule your call now, you'll be eligible for that bonus. But I'm putting that in there because I do know there are a lot of people here who wrote, "You're hiding from the camera, or you don't have a strategy." So like I'll get you there where you can do the things that DJ and I are talking about, which is popping into the Italian store and filming something and then having people respond to it. And another thing that I think people forget, they're like, "Oh, I made a piece of content. I put it out there. No one responded." There are things that I teach you how to do to get that engagement. Okay. So there are specific things that you're not thinking about just because you're very busy running your business, but I am busy running my marketing business. So I think about it all the time. The ways to actually engage with people. So they're messaging you. So they're commenting on things. And then that's opening that conversation, right? Conversations lead to leads. So, it's not, that's a part of things that you'll learn with me as we build the strategy. So a lot of people say, "Well, I make a piece of content, then what?" When I started showing up on social media, I was like, "Okay, I'm going to post on social media, but like, then what?" There are things you're doing to get the then what, to have the person say, "Oh, hey Jay, I like what you just posted. That was fun." Like starting those conversations is a part of it.
Awesome. Well, guys, this is a great place to wrap up. Don't log off just yet. I wanted to just wrap up, but let's give Kim a huge round of applause and lots of thanks. Drop some thanks into the chat. Let her know how much she helped you. She gave you a ton of good ideas to help get you in front of the camera and actually what to say, and she can continue that journey. She has her links there, and she already gave some great free content in those links as well. So definitely check out her stuff. Thank you to all of our speakers. Thank you to our participants. You guys made it all the way to the end. It's not easy to do. We appreciate it. Hopefully this was useful for you. I'm sure that, in fact, I know it was. I'm going to ask that you I'm going to do two things. I'm going to send you an email tomorrow or the next day, and I'm going to ask you to just share with me one thing that was helpful to you. And then also if you have any advice for doing this in the future, should we change it up? What kind of content may you want to see? But I really want to know one thing that helped you. And then please also let us know about an agent in your market that you're like, "I want to know how that person does it." I promise I will figure that out. I will get them to tell me. They might not tell you, but they will tell me because I'm not a competitor of theirs, right? So bring that person to me. I will get them on camera. We will find out exactly what they do, and you can have that same level of success. So we'll look out for that email. We'll also be sending you all the videos in the, I don't know, next week or so. And so you can go back through this content over and over again. And you guys are going to crush 2025 just by taking some action that you learned today. So remember, everything is action. So just start taking some action and embrace failure. It's going to happen. It's part of the deal. It's okay. It's part of the journey. The people that are most successful will tell you they fail more than you do. So that's another great thing. So we're going to start taking some action together. We're going to keep doing these kind of presentations for you. It took us 7 years to get here, or 6 years and change to get to this first presentation. Thank you for being part of it. It means so much to me and Zana. Thank you, Kim, for coming up with the idea, and for us, for all of us to finally get together and do it. And again, everybody have a great 2025. Let me know what you thought of it. I'll send that email out personally. And if you're in the local Chicago area and you're listening to this, I want to get to know you and I want to learn your story, because I try to talk to as many Chicago agents as I can, because I want to, just learn what's working for you and where you might need some help. So, all right, let's sign off, everybody. Let's say goodbye to everyone. Big thanks all around. And we will. Well, and keep listening to the show too. We really appreciate it. Tell someone else about the show. That's the other great thing you can do for us. All right, guys. let's sign off. We just earned ourselves a little break. Let's go take it. All right, everyone have a great 2025. Thank you.